Alright, gamers. It's time to get down to brass tacks. It is currently the Tuesday after Combo Breaker, and I was feeling great this weekend. I had an amazing time. The venue was incredible. It's an experience I'm never going to forget for the rest of my life. No hyperbole. It is something that will stick with me forever. And then I got home, and everything went right back down. It was right before I left. I started getting heated this morning during games, and I just was like, enough! So, I am going to learn how to learn today. It's an old SageJam video. I'm going to link it in the description if y'all haven't seen it. But I need to find my own way to do it, because it's just, not everything is going to work for everybody, so you have to find your own path. And that's what I'm going to do today. So, I've actually already seen what I'm going to talk about today. I spent, and I shit you not, 2 hours. I spent 2 hours watching these first 4 replays right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It took me 2 hours watching these replays and taking notes. And I'm about to go over them with you real quick and show you how I am going to go about this process. And I will update this video near the end of the month. So let's get into it. So I'm going to start with the 2 Axel games. I'm not going to watch these in order. I'm going to watch them by character. So I wanted to pick these were kind of perfect. I wanted to pick a game where I won and a game where I lost, to kind of show off, you know, that even in games where you win, there's things that you can work on, and especially in games when you lose, there's things things that you did that were good, and you need to keep an eye on that. You need to make sure that you're carefully watching both things. Right there. Note number 1 that I took. So this is Void Actress. Everybody knows them. Everybody say hi. They're one of my mods. They always mash on defense. You could see it in their notes. They're mashing right now. They always mash on defense. So what I need to do is I need to learn the real meaty. They also always reversal super if they have enough tension to do it. So I need to keep an eye on their tension more. Another thing. So, what Axel did just there was, I think it's Sickle Flash into Soaring Chain. Soaring Chain Strike can be punished with a throw if blocked with Faultless Defense. Do that or block when landing. Now, this isn't always the case. You can make a little mini note here that you can, it does not necessarily work if the Soaring Chain throws you behind Axel, and that comes up later. So keep an eye on that. But, it can be, yeah, again, if you block the Soaring Chain with FD, you can throw as soon as you land. The timing is very tight. So generally, if you don't have the timing down, try blocking if you're trying to win. If you're trying to practice, go for that throw. That's another thing. I'm just going to make a note of this right now. This was not in any of my notes, but this is a very aggressive burst. One thing that I've heard from other, like, more highly skilled players is that burst is something that you want to use to keep your opponent in the corner. The bursting on offense is way more powerful than bursting on defense. So I'm gonna try to implement that a little more.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
I forgot about that. Here's the next note that I have here. Stay out of the air against Axel. You have a horrible habit of IADing, and you're losing tons of ground because of it, which is true. Axel is extremely good. Like, he's a normals-based zoner instead of a projectile-based zoner, kind of like Testament is. And it makes him very good at just shooting people out of the sky. So even though I am, like, ahead on the life total here, I am losing tons of ground just by IADing in and getting hit by JS. Or, not JS. I think it's 6S. I could be wrong. Whatever the button is, it's knocking me out of the sky and causing me lots of problems. That's another thing. So here, I'll pause that here as soon as I can. So 6S is a good punish if Axel ends the Gatling early, which that was. Axel ended the Gatling early and tried to go for another button, which let me counter hit 6S them and kill them. You could probably also get away with 6H there, but 6S reaches farther, and at that distance, 6H probably would have whiffed. So, this is not something that's in the notes, but at least not yet. But I should write this down while I'm here. This setup that they just did is fake as fuck. Going for Sickle Flash into Winter Cherries. No, that one's Winter Mantis. Sorry, going for Sickle Flash into Winter Mantis is fake as fuck. Especially if you're playing Soul or, like, a character with, like, a forward advancing low. So, like, Soul, Ino, Kai, Sin, all of them can just move forward with, like, a Soul head Night Raid here. And just blow the Axel to Kingdom Come. And here comes... This is, again, I've already mentioned this, but like I need to keep track of my opponent's tension more. Here's something that I said. Ending your own Gatlings early baits your opponents into doing something stupid. Try to find ways to do it safely. I don't think that is the safest way to do it, what I just did. But I know that there are ways to make it safer. And I got a big punish off of it. Especially since I had meter here. This is my favorite note. Night Raid, because it made me feel really good about my choice here. Night Raid Vortex is a good option against opponents who use backwards advancing moves at round start. Look for these and also back dashes to get big punishes. Which leads right into my next note. Clean up your Night Raid confirms. You know them, but you're still dropping them constantly, which is true. That is not the Night Raid combo. That was supposed to be delayed close slash into clean hit Viper. Which I would have had if I had... I think I needed to delay the close slash a little more, and then also I just did not do the Viper input on time. So I need to clean that up. Poor Soul. Don't Night Raid recklessly. It's the easiest button on the planet to punish, and you do it too often to be sneaky with it, which is true. I do this shit way too often, and oftentimes it gets blocked, and a lot of times it gets thrown. All of the moves that are like this have that problem. Soul's is probably the worst out of all of them because his is actually a mid instead of a low like the rest. So it's way more punishing to have Night Raid blocked than something like Stroke the Big Tree.
Slap.
There's the first one. I think I have a few more notes. Yeah, I have a few more notes here. Not many. So that was game number 1. Let me look at game number 2. So again, like I said, I won one of these games and then I lost one of these games. So here's the game where I lost. And this one has some more, I think, specific notes here. So this came up just a second ago, and I wanna point it out real quick. I'm gonna actually hold on. There we go. Let me point this out because I did miss it. I was trying to reread the notes real quick. Right there. Sickle Flash into Winter Cherries leaves you at a bad position on block. Axel can very quickly follow up with Soaring Chain Strike, so do not press while airborne. Even, like, that wasn't blocked, obviously, but also, pressing anything in the air against Axel is a death wish. Because he's got 8 million anti-airs, and a bunch of them bring you to him so that he can follow up with either a combo or an Oki setup. So pressing anything in the air against Axel is a death wish. That's a note that came up, where I did something good, but the way I wrote it makes it sound pretty bad. So, get comfortable about canceling 5k into 2D. It's very safe even when blocked and can lead to a big combo with meter, or a reliable Oki setup without. That's kind of where, like, the Fafnir setups that I've been trying to do, and then having them fail on me come in. Because you can do, it's like 2k 2D, and then you do, like, the first hit of Revolver, land, and then do Fafnir immediately. Like, that's a very good meaty setup. And, like, with meter, you can send your opponent to the moon by just doing, like, 5k into 2D. Especially on counter hit. So, I need to be better about that. Again, the Night Raid note that I took coming in there. Be a little safer with it. And again, jumping into the air coming in there. I was a little too aggressive with that. Again, like I tried to hold on. Soaring Chain is very easily punished if used at close range. Be more patient if Axel whiffs Sickle Flash. So, having the Soaring Chain has like a huge hitbox, but the chain itself does not. So if the Sickle whiffs, you just get in and kill him. Which it did. So like, I just let the Sickle Flash happen behind me, and I got a free counter hit with Far Slash. This is something that I need to learn a combo off of this, and I mentioned this later as well. Again, they always mash on defense, so like I need to also be a little bit more safe about approaching. That was a really bad PRC there. Whistling Wind, which is the tornado, is -4 on block if uncharged, making it easily punished with bar slash. Practice some combos off of counter hit bar slash. That comes up in both of those situations where I need to learn a combo off of a counter hit bar slash. I was like, oh, when would this ever happen, you know? And it happened twice in just this game, so I need to learn how to do something with that. And I think that's like pretty much all of the notes that I took while watching the replays the first time. There might be something else that comes up. I'll keep an eye out for it. I don't think there's anything else that I had for these specific games against Axel. One thing I will mention is that, yeah, see, there's that again. So it threw me behind him. And I was not paying attention to the meter either. Again, I tried to IAED. There's me messing up the meaty setup again. Yeah. So pretty much everything that I took notes for already happened right before that final round. There's a lot that's happened here that I managed to take note of, and even more on watching it a second time. There's so much that I could do to improve this matchup, and there's even more for the next set. This one's gonna be even longer than the Axel notes. There was a lot that I had to say here.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Right there. And I wrote this down wrong originally, but I'm going to have it corrected here. Geotickler setups off of 5K are how you're losing most of your games. Either learn to tech or learn to jump. Backdashing is more rewarding, but even more unsafe. I think most of the way that Slam Duncan has been beating me is by doing like 5K into tick throw, because I have no idea how to respond to it. I know that it's coming every time, and I've never reacted to it once. Not once have I reacted to it with like a throw tech. So this is something that I have to do, otherwise I'm going to keep losing to this setup. Right here. 2K is not your Abare option in this matchup either. Either 2P or block. Nothing else works. Which is probably true. I do need to actually test this, but I'm pretty sure nothing else works other than 2P here. Like, my 5K and Geo 5K were both clashing here. I think my 5P might be a little faster. So I'm going to have to try that. Because 5K was not working. Geo safe jumps are free and abundant. Either block or keep losing games. I have lost to this safe jump a million times, and I'm gonna lose to it a million more. But I need to be aware of it and make sure that I'm not doing anything stupid, because it is literally free. This safe jump is just, they're handing it out like a Walmart free sample. Oh, this next one is brutal. Travau in neutral is fake as fuck. 6P beats it at full screen and 2K beats it up close. And I added an additional note here because this comes up later. So does 2S. Yep, there's the 2S. And I think I missed one here. I definitely missed a Geo note here. Okay, so earlier, I need to practice blocking the side swap Sol Puente. I already know I can do it. I have done it. I did it a few times at CB. I did it a few times while I was there against a more than just Slam Duncan. I did it against a different Geo as well. I already know I can do it. So I just need to learn the timing for it, especially over like netcode. And then this one is, if you press anything within the same zip code as Geo, you're getting counter hit by 2D. Be more patient. And I think that's kind of the whole like theme for these notes, is that I need to be more patient. A lot of people have said that Sol takes a lot of patience to play correctly, which is something that I do not have in this game, and I need to learn how. Forget where this next note is at. I think it's here somewhere. Yep, right there. Wake up 6P from Geo beats meaty far slash, meaning it likely beats everything else. Try 5H, which it probably doesn't beat meaty 5H, or just shimmy and block. Giovanna 6P is like one of, if not the best buttons in the game, just straight up. It's active for 1,000,000 frames. It doesn't have like a super fast startup or anything, but that additional active frame and its fucking whack-ass hitbox makes it really annoying to deal with, where you can just, like, do it on Wake Up and it's a free reversal. I like this here. You used Bandit to bait 6P. That's good. Now learn what to do after you land. Because I just blocked. And then I got counter hit here. Because no, I didn't mention this until later. I'll mention this when I get to it. There's another note that I can read there, but I'm gonna make sure I don't get out of order here.
Wins.
A lot of good stuff here, I think. There's a lot to go over. In like, this is what I mean about learning how to learn. Like, you can write down so many things that you can improve on just by, like, just in a few games. You're getting thrown on Wake Up every time. You need to learn a meaty setup. Again, I have not learned a real meaty setup with Sol. I know, like, some of the Fafnir setups, but I don't know one that's, like, up close. So I need to... I'm pretty sure I can get away with just pressing 5H. But I think I can... Like, because the close slash meaty setup is harder, but it's a lot more rewarding, so I should also learn that one. Geo 6P is the devil. Learn to double jump instead of always doing IAD. Fucking idiot. Again, don't IAD all the time and then press a button. Here it is. Geo close slash is +3 on block. Not even FD is saving you, so you just have to take it. I genuinely don't think there's anything I could do there except for, like, maybe try to, like, beat the delayed close slash with, Slash Viper or Tyrant Rave. I genuinely think those are my only options.
Slash. Duel 2. Let's rock.
This is not a note that I actually took, but on watching this again, I think after that counter hit, I should have gone for Night Raid. I think that might have actually hit instead of doing Bandit Revolver. I don't know what that Fafnir was. I think I tried the Tyrant Rave. This will be 2 because I think I missed it. You have the meaty Fafnir set up down in your head, but you still don't have the timing quite right. Clean that up, which is true. The specific timing for the meaty Fafnir is kind of awkward, just because it requires a very specific setup, and I'm not doing that specific setup. I'm just doing it off of anything, and my opponents are just like pressing 2K and 2P to beat me. So I need to learn like the very specific setups for it, and also here. PRC Night Raid is good if you do it at the correct distance. Too close and you get thrown, but just far enough gives you a free, quote unquote, counter hit 5H. Learn a combo for it. So not only am I doing, have I been doing PRC off of Night Raid too close to the opponent so that they just get a free throw punish, but also like. No, I think that's the only thing I had to say there. I've been doing it too close. So if I do it like at a far enough distance, 5H has a fast enough startup that you can get a huge combo off of it. And I don't know any with like counter hit 5H starters, so I need to try one of those. I think it's... Yep. Night Raid beats 5H at round start. Keep this in your back pocket. Nothing I had in Soul's normals beat Giovanna 5H at round start. Not, like, literally nothing. I was getting counter hit from 2S. I was getting counter hit from Far Slash. I was getting counter hit from 5H. 6H. And DP is... DP would beat it, but DP on round start is really stupid. So, I haven't tried to do it all that often because it's extremely greedy, and if you whiff it, you get sent to hell for it. So if my opponent's pressing 5H a lot or like all the time at round start, Night Raid beats it pretty cleanly. And yeah, there's way more here. Okay, hang on. Yep, and there's the fucked up meaty setup again. I blocked Sol Puente. Far Slash is a good punish for 2D on block. Now, that I realized was not just 2D, watching it again. It was like, I think it's Sepultura, that was the follow-up, and then it caught a backdash. But still, I'm gonna keep this here. Far Slash is a good punish for 2D on block. Learn the exact range and then find a combo. Far Slash starters is probably gonna be one of your main like setups. It's going to be like one of your main combo starters. So having Far Slash punish that is big, and I need to learn how to do what I should be doing off of it.
Duel 4. Let's rock.
静かに投げますね。行きます。狙います。
Right here. Because Fafnir is a guard crush, some folks won't be ready or even have time to react to whatever you do next. Be sure to vary your options and don't get too predictable. So, guard crushes in this game are insanely strong, if anybody who... as anybody who's played against Gold Lewis is aware. Learning certain... like, learning specific follow-ups that are safe, not only safe, but also very rewarding, is tough off of a guard crush, especially at that distance. Because you can't just... Fafnir is not something that you can just easily follow up. But, like, people are scared of Soul when they play this game. So you can get a decent advantage off of just the fear that they have trying to press buttons against Soul Bad Guy. Vary your options. don't be predictable, and learn some good setups for it. Because, okay, so I think I took this note for a different point in the video, but I'll mention it here because it just happened. The first hit of JH creates a slight amount of distance when blocked anywhere except against the wall. So I wasn't against the wall there. If I had been against the wall, I would have been put right in front of Giovanna. But I was just like slightly above her forehead. Creates a slight amount of distance when blocked anywhere except against the wall. Be patient when you land, as your opponent cannot throw you. Practice canceling the first hit into specials as well, because you can cancel the first hit of JH into something like Bandit Revolver or Bandit Bringer. I apologize. You can probably cancel it into Bandit Revolver, but I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah, right here. Yep, they whiffed the throw. And I get to kill them for it. No, except I don't. I forgot that this was here. You drop the KO because you have a bad habit of doing IADs. So you miss the second hit of JH. Break it or die. I need to break the habit of just always IADing when I'm in the air. I don't know if that's exactly what caused me to drop the second hit of JH there, but if I had had it, I would have gotten the kill. So I need to stop doing that there. Yeah, that is also fake as fuck. While Giovanna 2D is probably the best button in the game, it is extremely slow to start up, but it does kill you to death if it ever hits. That was not a note I took, by the way. I just wanted to mention that. Yep, that was not the right Fafnir setup either. Right here. Gio's dash makes her very vulnerable after she's forced to YRC. Backdash seems very strong here. Now, I'm sure if they had pressed a button, I probably would have gotten caught in that backdash. But I'm not... I think Giovanna's dash works a little differently than everybody else's. I know it's a step dash, but you can also dash block with it. So I'm not exactly sure the properties here. I'm going to have to test this a little more. But just backdashing and then, bam. Counter hit close slash into 5H. That was pretty big. One last one. You baited a burst to win the game. Look out for more of those. It's basically a free W. Learn some setups for them as well. I know that a lot of characters have some, like, safe routes where they can bait bursts. And I think Soul does. I'm, like, 90% sure that he does. I don't know what they are. So I'm going to have to look these up. But that is all that I have for today. So this is my plan going forward. I'm going to play games. Now, I want it to be known. This took up like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 10 pages in this little memo book that I have here. And then I copied it all to a notepad on my computer. I'm going to be not at the like recommendation of my friend Jen, but sort of at like as a tribute to how it's been like helping me learn how to be better at the game. I'm gonna be doing that there as well. I'm gonna be writing them all down on this notepad because it's easier for me to keep track of that way. And then I'm gonna copy them all to my to a notepad and then keep it on my hard drive. That way I can look it up whenever I want. I'm gonna be better about filing these things. I'm gonna be better about how I'm taking these notes. And then I'm also going to be better about using training mode to learn how to practice these certain setups. Because I'm tired of being dog water at this game, dog. I'm tired of getting beat by people who I used to beat in the past, and then they just blew right past me because they spent their time more effectively when I was busy like swapping characters 2 or 3 times. So that's all I have for today. I'm gonna be a better player. I'm gonna be a better Leona from this point on. It is currently May 28th, 2024. Let it be known that this is the start of my learning, being better about learning journey. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, do all the fun YouTube stuff. I'll see you next time. Have a good one, everybody.